Hey Geeks, it's Patrick here from GeekSpeak.tv at Stan Lee's LA Comic Con with Night Pantz in the house.
Yeah.
Mr. Ken, Bresse, and Santina, Muha. I know I messed that one up anyway. See? So, how are you?
Good, how are you?
I'm doing great. Thank you for joining us. So, are you a Ravenclaw today? Is that what's going on?
Yeah. I went all out for this year's Comic Con and put on this scarf.
So, are you a true Ravenclaw, or is it just because you borrowed it from a friend?
No, I think this would be my house.
That would be your house?
I got this at my friend's wedding. It was a Harry Potter themed wedding.
Awesome.
And this was the one I chose, of the four.
All right, so slow your roll. Harry
Can I
Potter.
tell you a
Harry
quick
Potter.
Fun fact about me.
Harry Potter.
I have never seen any of the Harry Potter movies, and only just this year I read all of the books.
All the books in 1 year.
Yes.
Well, that's totally cool.
Impressive.
That's okay. That's totally okay to do it that way.
I'm impressed with our coordination here. Look at all the blue across the
We're all,
board.
we're all Smurfy blue. That's awesome because I read the books when The Goblet of Fire came out. That's when I started reading them, and I was reading in college.
Yeah.
So I got to go through the first four, and it literally took me about 2 weeks to get through all of them because I was just picking up and reading and burning through them. And then I had to wait years and years for the books to come out, so that killed me.
I
Yeah.
haven't read any of them.
Oh,
Have you seen the movies?
Some of them.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm
Well-
a Lord of the Rings purist. I feel like that was all the world's.
Is it like a Backstreet Boys and
I don't need to
thing?
leave that world.
Do you have to choose one?
I have a world, and I like to stay in that one.
It's like a Backstreet Boys NSYNC thing. Is that what you're
Yeah.
A little bit more like the Temptations and the Backstreet Boys.
That's awesome.
That's what I compare it to.
It's
Well, see-
is just as good as the show.
Yeah, Harry Potter is its own world. Like,
Yeah.
even though there might be elves and things like that
Oh
might
no,
cross.
I think it's totally cool. Believe me. And what I know of it and what I've been exposed to, I think it's awesome. I like the movies that I've watched. I just haven't watched. I think I've missed one of them, and I haven't really watched them in order. I just we'll see. Oh, Harry Potter, and I'll try to figure out what's going on.
Well, now that the casting is done and you know how to say the name like Hermione, when you read the books, it's a richer world because it's been kind of painted very well by the movies. The movies
Yeah.
look like the world. However, the stories are so chopped up in the movies that you don't get the full effect of what that world really is. So if you only ever watch the movies, you're only getting, I would say, about 20% of what the Harry Potter world can give you. One of my favorite characters in the whole series is Neville Longbottom. But in the movies, he's nothing. He's barely in it at all. But in the books, they think he's Harry Potter for a while. In a few chapters of the storyline.
Yeah,
a guy named Tom Bombadil.
He's a big deal. I still haven't seen it.
Tom Bombadil is a madman who lives in a forest, isn't he?
I'm
Oh,
just
is that a
saying.
Lord of the Rings thing?
That's a Lord of the Rings
Favorite
thing.
character completely chopped out of something. The thing is, I was gonna try to get into Harry Potter, but what happened was Star Wars started back up, and now I'm like, I don't have room for that because I have all this Star Wars new stuff that I have to cram into my old fat head.
So we took a little dive. You guys heard about Night Pantz. We were talking about. I was like, wait, what are we talking about there?
Can we talk about Night Pantz a little bit?
Just a little bit because I just heard announcing the con is closing in 10 minutes.
Oh, we got 10 minutes.
So
Con
let's
close.
talk about Night Pantz for a minute because this is your comedy troupe
Yes.
that is kind of, and don't take offense because I love like a village people. It's like a lot of people coming together.
Yeah,
in different walks of life.
It's a sketch comedy collective. Night Pantz with a Z. Check us out.
Funny stuff, by the way.
Funny stuff. Yeah, I'm dressed as one of my characters in one of the sketches, Tony Tyrell.
Yeah.
Tony Tyrell's Temple of Tercels. I got to sell these tercels.
Now that's been getting a lot of traction.
That has, but our best one so far has been Smile.
Mhm.
Yeah, which
Another
is
one?
all about telling women to smile. A pharmaceutical for women to smile through men telling them to smile.
And I grew up in the 80s. I didn't realize how rude that was until I became a man.
Me either.
Right? I was like, oh,
Me
whatever.
either. Then I'm like, that is terrible.
Right.
That's like, what if I'm sad or upset about something?
You know-
Fuck you. Oh, sorry.
Whatever. It's YouTube. We could drop
All
F-bombs
right.
here.
Fuck you, guy. I don't
Yeah.
have to smile.
I mean, me myself, I usually am smiling. So if I'm not, and someone tells me to smile, I usually get pissed. I'm like, wait, you don't know me.
I put
first
in
of
my
all.
smile.
I don't
Yeah.
know. I gotta say, and this might sound bad, because I'm the girl on the panel right
Right.
now, or whatever you want to call it. But sometimes if I'm like sad and like a nice old man says, "Hey, why don't you smile?" Sometimes I smile and it makes me happy. I don't know.
There's a good point you just raised there.
Feel bad.
A nice old man, like sexually non-threatening.
Oh yeah, no,
I
not
think when
yeah.
a guy our age tells a woman, you know, hey, smile. It might come off a little.
It is, yeah.
We try
Douchey.
to like push. You know, our comedy is kind of crazy, but it's also kind of socially aware. And like Santina's in this great sketch Paint Night, where she, have you seen Paint Night?
I think I've seen that one.
She's
Yeah.
the Paint Night leader. She's
Okay,
amazing.
yes. Oh, I was like, wait, now I know.
And
Now I know
basically
you.
about ladies going out in the town and just fighting. Like, it's not a real paint night. They go out and they fight other paint night
groups.
groups.
Yeah, and we have a really sick fight scene that you guys are going to be really impressed with. My
So,
mom
yeah.
was, so.
So we just try to push the envelope with like the content in terms
Yeah.
of like Smile, you know, is kind of socially aware. I don't know.
And not only is it socially aware, but I mean, the production value that goes into these things is top notch.
Yeah,
for
it's really
independent
awesome.
for independent production, you guys are like, you can hear it, which
Yeah.
is a big thing.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a big thing
Yeah.
about filmmaking. You got to be able to hear what you're doing. You can see it. It's well lit. I mean, the camera angles don't bother you, and that's kind of one of the things when people are first getting into making stuff. You can see the learning curve. You can see that they don't quite know how to set the camera right. The lighting's a little off. The sound is a big deal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you guys have done really top-notch quality work. And hot or not, I mean, funny or not, hot or not.
Funny or die.
Funny or die.
Remember that show Hot or Not? Speaking of
Hot
things
or
you
Not.
can't say or do anymore.
Yeah. Remember that tap?
Wow. What's been going on with our planet the last 10 years,
I
huh?
know.
Seriously.
Things getting weird.
Yeah.
We've gone from blind date, you know,
Yeah.
to hot or not.
Baggage.
Now-
You see
Oh
that?
yeah, Jerry
Man.
Springer hosts it.
Wow.
Pretty crazy.
Wow.
Yeah, but we've been blessed. We've have some people that have been in the industry for quite a while.
Uh-huh.
Acting talent, but also technical talent, which is great.
Now, when I mentioned the group of people you guys pull together, how many members strong are you now?
There's probably like 20 to 25 core people, but then there's another maybe 100
Yeah.
to 150 for, people that have contributed in some way.
Yeah.
So, like, what I love about LA in particular, I don't know what it's like anywhere else across the nation, but at least the feeling that I get here in LA is that it seems like that there's a resurgence in that kind of early Saturday Night Live 70s coming together, pulling
Yeah.
together. You know, we've got a lot of good comedians, a lot of good writers, a lot of good actors here. Not everybody is one thing specifically.
Yeah.
So we can pull all those people together and do funny sketch comedy stuff.
Yeah.
But we're not Lorne Michaels in New York in the 1970s. We're a bunch of actors and creatives in LA.
Well, in the
Right.
70s, they didn't have so many opportunities to do it yourself.
We have YouTube. We have, all
Right?
these
You know what I mean?
direct.
What were you going to
Yeah.
do with it in the 70s?
Awesome outlets like this.
To be able to do this back in the 70s, people are like, wow, you NBC? Yeah,
Right.
but no, we're just a small, independent,
Yeah.
doing our thing, and you guys are kind of in the same boat, and I love that about that. And there's a lot of small troupes that are kind of doing that. It's really
Yeah,
loved.
and we have a lot of diversity within the group too, and then a lot of our writers, our sketches are really diverse. They touch on like some like issues, social issues like we were talking about earlier, because like if it's your thing, you can write it.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like
Right.
I just wrote a sketch about this like girl in a wheelchair, whatever. It's funny. Hopefully it's funny because I wrote it, and like if he wrote it, it's
And for those who don't know, we can't see she's actually somebody who's in a
Oh.
wheelchair. Yeah, because the angle's a little off, but she's actually in a wheelchair.
yeah.
So that's what she's talking
Can't
about.
believe it. If you didn't know all this time, that was a huge reveal.
But that's an amazing thing to do. And we were talking about that yesterday, how I am Latino and I make beaner jokes all the time because I lived it. I know what it's like to warm a hot dog over a flame on a fork. It's what beaners do.
And
You all know,
make
you've
weird
all been
stuff
there.
because I'm a white male and I can't talk about anything. It's time for me to shut up.
You've been talking too much.
We have. I admit it. Let's go, America.
No, man, you can keep talking because you're funny. You're a funny cat.
Well, yeah.
You
Well,
got the brown
yeah.
permission. Keep talking.
Oh, thank you. I try to. I don't know, man. I'm always trying to be equally jerky to people in my comedy, so I think that gets recognized.
Well, that's
Yeah.
one of the things that I love about comedy is that we can, like with Family Guy, American Dad, The Boondocks, those things that really push the social
Yeah.
envelope.
And when it's done well, anybody can say it, even if they're not.
And it's not doing it to be offensive, it's doing it to raise the word.
Sure, exactly.
Comedy is a very easy and fun entry point for some of these issues, where someone might watch something and say, "Oh, haha," they laugh at it because I'm dressed like this and I have a stupid wig on. But then, maybe the sketch is really about like commercialism and what is that about? Because that, to me, people don't see it, but that's kind of what Tony Trisell is about. It's just like the deep message there. They're really
Make the money.
yeah. It's just like it's greed. So and what people will just say anything to do.
And as a society, we know we're run by greed right now, and it's very common, and you guys are putting that out there. So I think this is what we really are. You kind of take off that veil of pleasantness, and this is kind of how scummy you guys are coming off.
That's a way to talk about something without offending people initially, and it gets that kind of those little seeds planted mentally,
So are you guys just strictly videos online, or are you guys doing anything live?
We just started doing a little bit of live sketch stuff.
Okay.
But most of our stuff is online.
Okay.
Yeah, but we're going to explore doing that in the future. And we also want to eventually do a feature within a year or two. So
Nice.
Yeah.
And so Night Pantz, our audience can go to nightpantz.com and get all the social links.
Yeah, we have a channel on YouTube under Night Pantz. We have a Funny or Die page as well. So
there you go. See them all over the place. You guys are starting to catch fire. It's exciting.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
You too.
Oh, hey.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you guys for coming out, and thank you guys for being here, Stan Lee. They're going to kick us out in a couple minutes, so we got to wrap this up.
Yeah.
But thank you, Stan Lee, for having us here, and, happy birthday. I know it's coming up soon. Happy birthday to Patrick Ian Moore, whose birthday's in a couple of days.
Happy birthday, Patrick!
Happy Halloween to everybody out there getting candy. Make sure you check your candy.
Oh, yeah.
Remember that?
For razors.
Check your candy for razor blades.
Yeah. For pennies.
And smoke more weed and read more comics.
Exactly. Smoke more weed, read more comics. Thank you guys so much again. We look forward to seeing you guys very soon. Take care. Bye.